Hey everybody, it's Ricardo, and I'm standing here at the Codemasters booth with Dan Robinson from Codemasters, and he is about to show us Overlord Dark Legend for the Wii. Now this is not a port, is that correct?
No, not a port at all. It's a totally new story, set as a prequel to the original Overlord. So it's a totally different story to Overlord 2 on the 360, PS3 and PC.
So when you say prequel, so this is the same Overlord that we've seen in the other games, but prequel, that implies younger?
Yep, you play the original Overlord, but as a 16-year-old kid who's given a task on his 16th birthday by Gnarl, the Minion Master, who everyone will remember from the first game. And he's given this kind of bigger quest in life to go and seek revenge and wreak havoc on the world.
Exactly what you want to do when you're 16. Now, since this is on the Wii, there's certain expectations for how it's going to control. So what have you guys done to take advantage of this very unique system that's available on the Wii?
Yeah, we had to control it using the Wii remote and the nunchuck in the same way that you kind of control the minions with your Wii remote and the Overlord with your nunchuck. And you basically point the sensor onto the screen and your minions will follow that around. It gives you a lot more control over the minions. You can direct them to exact positions, whereas on the 360 and the PS3 you can either target lock or just sweep the minions around. This gives you a lot more control, it's a lot more intuitive. And also you can just select particular minion groups like you can on the 360 or the PS3. So you've got the similar control, but it feels a bit more natural, like it's an extension of your arm, which I think is what the Wii remote was designed to be like.
Now, speaking of minions, we see the very familiar kind of basic minions. Can you tell us about the different minion types in the game? Is it what we've seen before, or are there some new ones?
No, it's the same minion types that you had before, so you've still got the browns, the reds, the greens and the blues. But they've obviously got different powers, so you can dress them up into different costumes. They can get involved in more of the kind of dialogue than they had previously. And they're the heroes of the piece. You know, the Overlord may be the title character, but the minions are the ones that bring the fun, the adventure, and the action, and they also get you to do all the evil things that you really want to do in the game. So they're really the heroes of the piece, and it's important that we bring those out a lot more.
Now, as far as the game setting goes, this looks somewhat familiar because, you know, you're going to very pristine lands and tearing things up. What can we expect in terms of locations and where we're going to be going in the game?
Some of the locations, you're right, are similar to the original game, but there's a lot more parody in Overlord Dark Legend. So a lot of the fairy tales that everyone will have grown up with as kids, you'll see in there. You'll see gingerbread houses with gingerbread men. You'll see characters like Little Red. He'll take you into a forest and lead you into an ambush. You'll see the Tooth Fairy. You'll see all these kind of fairy tale characters that you'll have grown up with, but obviously with the Overlord twist. So they'll be there, you'll recognize them, but they will do things that you're not expecting.
Now, in terms of game content, how long is the game going to be? Is there going to be any kind of replayability?
We reckon you can get through the game in probably about 10 hours, but obviously the different choices that you make in the game means you can play it in different ways. If you get to choose a particularly evil path, then that will lead to one outcome. Then if you want to play it in a less evil way and you want to be this benevolent ruler, then you can play in a completely different way. So there is replayability in there based on the choices that you make.
And next big question, of course, is when's it coming out?
Overlord and Dark Legend on Wii will be coming out this summer 2009.
All right, there you go. That is your first look at Overlord Dark Legend on the Wii in motion. It's looking pretty good, and beating things up is always fun, especially when you have people to do it for you. So there you go. We will have much more on the game on the site in the coming months.